So yesterday we graphed the inequalities. The inequality was given to you. You had to put it on a number line. Open circle or closed circle, left or right. Is that ringing a bell?
Yes.
Okay, good. So today we're taking it one step further. We're solving inequalities. The good news about solving inequalities is it's almost exactly the same as solving equations. So if you enjoyed solving equations, you should hopefully by now be pretty good at solving equations. Inequalities should not be that big of a deal. All right, so your notes start out by saying when solving an inequality, if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, underline that, you must flip the inequality sign. That is literally the only thing that's different between solving equations and solving inequalities. They are very, very closely related. Okay? So this is the main difference. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you got to flip the way the sign is facing. Okay? Here's example 1. Now, if that was an equal sign, what would you do? You would add 7 to both sides. Guess what we're going to do? Add 7 to both sides. Same exact thing. You do the same exact thing. So, those are gone. We have x. We did not multiply or divide by a negative, so don't do anything with the symbol. Negative 4 plus 7 is 3, so x is less than or equal to 3. It is not that bad. Any questions? So just like equations, we can do harder ones as well. All right, what should I do? Okay, there's 2 spots where I see x's, but they're on the same side of the inequality symbol. So you can combine them. What is 8x minus 7x? 1x, good. Then you're going to subtract the 6. Do we need to flip the symbol?
No.
Nope. So x is greater than or equal to what? 10. All right, here's number 3. What should I do? Divide both sides by 4. What is 28 divided by 4? 7. So x is going to be less than 7. Good. All right, here's number 4. How am I going to get x by itself? Divide both sides by -5. Are there alarms going off in anyone's head?
Yep.
Yeah, what do you do when you divide by a negative?
Flip the sign.
You flip the symbol. So it was greater than or equal to, now it's going to be less than or equal to. And then a positive 25 divided by a negative 5 is negative 5. What are your questions? All right, next. Yeah, that 7 is positive. We move a positive 7 by subtracting it. So after you've written the problem, go ahead and subtract that 7 from both sides. So we have negative 4x is less than what? Negative 8. Now what? Divide both sides by negative 4. What happens?
X is greater than 2.
Yeah, you're going to get x is greater than 2 because we just divided by a negative 4. So, careful too with the signs. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and when you divide by a negative 4, if it was less than, now it's greater than. Questions? All right, here's number 6. All right, I got x's on both sides of the equal sign. What do I do? Or sorry, it's 2-0. Both sides of the inequality symbol. What do I do?
Add 4.
No, we subtract 2x.
Yeah, you want to start by getting your x's together. I like to pick on the little guy. It'll save me from, a bunch of flipping of the sign. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I'm going to have 8 is less than or equal to 2x minus 4. Now you can go ahead and add the 4. So what's 8 plus 4?
12.
So 12 is less than or equal to 2. Then what?
Less than 2.
Divide both sides by 2 and we get
6 is less than or equal to x.
6 is less than or equal to x. So x is
Greater than or equal.
greater than or equal to 6. Remember, we rewrite it. Some teachers think of you as, like, if you rewrite it, you just flip the symbol. I don't like to think about it like that. I think it makes it something that you don't particularly think about. You just do. I like to think a little deeper. If it was facing the x, like x is the big mouth, it's going to eat the x. The x has more value than the 6. When you rewrite it, the x still needs to have more value than the 6. Okay? What's up?
Would it matter if we rewrote it to x is greater than or equal to 6? Or if we just left it to 6 is less than or equal to x?
You need to rewrite it. The x needs to be in the front when you give a final answer for an inequality. If you leave it like this, I'll probably take off a point. It needs to get to here. Okay? Questions? All right, here's number 7. All right, what should I do first? Add 2 to both sides, good. So x divided by 4 is less than or equal to 12. Then what?
Multiply by 4.
Multiply both sides by 4.
X is less than or equal to 14.
Very good. Whoa. Oh, you need me to go back?
Yeah. Yep.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 8. Yes, I need to distribute on both sides. So 3 times x and 3 times minus 8. 4 times m and 4 times plus 4. That's going to give us this. So now I've got m's on both sides. What am I going to do?
Minus 3m.
Yeah, subtract 3m from both sides. 4m minus 3m is 1m.
Minus
Subtract
16.
16.
Yeah. What's that?
40?
40.
Negative 40.
Negative 40. Good. Now, for some reason, students get a little flippin' happy. That sounds bad. But they like flip when they're not supposed to. It's okay to get a negative answer. That doesn't mean you have to flip the sign.
You only
Okay.
flip it when you divide.
You only flip it when you multiply or divide by a negative number. All right? We do need to rewrite this, though. So what will my final answer be?
Is less than or equal to negative 40.
Very good. All right, what should I do on this one? Yeah, I need to distribute in the front, so 3 times x and 3 times 3. Don't forget this little guy. And then distribute back here. So 2 times x and 2 times 1. Your next line should look like this. Now, I got x's all over the place. So what's 3x minus, let's just get these together. 3x minus 1x.
2x.
So 2x.
No solution. Minus 2x.
Yeah, when you subtract 2x from both sides, you are left with the statement 9 is less than 2.
Not.
Is 9 less than 2?
No.
So this is false, and your answer is no solution.
What if it was like 2 less than 9?
So if you get something that's true, then it's all real numbers. Because no matter what you plug in for x, it would work. Any questions on why this is no solution? So if all your x's end up going away, they're all gone, you have 0x, 0x, you have to see if your statement is true or not true. Here it was not true, and it's not true, it's no solution. We good? All right, 10. You can probably guess what's going to happen on this one. Just judging by the way patterns usually work. All right, so when you distribute the 2, what happens?
3y. We did 6y.
6y plus
20.
20. Then what?
We
Subtract 6y.
Subtract 6y from both sides. 20 is greater than or equal to 5.
Oh, yeah, it's greater than.
It doesn't have to be. It's greater than or it's equal to.
I said and.
So if you get a statement that's true, your answer is all real numbers. What that means is no matter what you plug in for y, this side's going to be bigger than this side, so it's true. Yes.
Isn't there like a fancy R that we can put instead of writing?
Yes, there is a symbol for all real numbers. It's like a R with two like stand-up parts. I don't know what you call that part of the R.
Two stems?
I'm sure there's a name for it.
We should search that up.
Search it up.
Yeah.
My kids at home say that. Search it up.
Look it up.
You just say look it up.
I know.
GTS.
Search it up.
Search it up.
I was like, woo! Search it up.
Look it up. It's what I know.
I know, but I feel like that is the saying people use when it just
To
makes
the
me
Google
laugh.
machine.
To the Google machine. All right, questions on this one? Whoa. Yowzas. Distribute. So the left side is just fine. Yeah, I think you're going to get two sides that are the same, right? Because when you multiply here, you multiply the 4 by the 1, you get 4 over 5. 4 times the 5 is, so yeah, it's going to be the same thing on both sides of the inequality symbol. So when you get your D's together, those are going to go away, and you're left with negative 20 is greater than negative 20. So if it wasn't or equal to, you'd be good to go, you'd be true. But this one is not an or equal to, so it's not true. This is false, so my answer is
No solution.
no solution.
Now, what if it had been less than, greater than, or equal to?
Then you would say all real numbers. But since we didn't have the or equal to, this doesn't count. Negative 20 is not part of a solution set here. What are your questions? We got one more. Are you ready?
You add 7W.
So you could add 7W. I actually wouldn't do it that way because then you'd have 0 and you'd then have to get everything else back to that side besides the W. I would actually try to just move the 2. We don't typically do it that way. When one's positive, one's negative, we usually go for the negative. But in this case, it's going to be easier if you subtract the 2W from both sides. That way you're not just moving things back and forth and back and forth. So what is negative 7W minus 2W? Negative 9W. And that's going to equal 13. You know what I mean. Negative 9W is greater than 13. Now what? Divide both sides by negative 9. What happens when you divide by a negative? You flip it. So now W is less than. And you can't simplify that. You don't need to worry about mixed numbers. Just leave it negative 13 over 9. What are your questions? What did we learn about today?
Solving inequality.
Solving inequalities. Perfect. All right, here comes your homework.